Get ready to celebrate and style and show off your American pride. We have the West Coast. We like things a little bit flashy and classy. And on the other side, we like things a little bit subtle and patriotic. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. With 4th of July around the corner, it's time to talk about a iconic makeup looks that distinguished the East Coast and West Coast. So I currently live in the West Coast. Half of my life I was in the East Coast and half of my life I was in the West Coast. And I resonate both of the region. And today we're going to compare the 4th of July makeup look in these two regions. So get ready and rock Independence Day with me. Let's just dive into it. I did my skincare already, and if you want to learn a little bit about the skincare before makeup so you can have a flawless makeup application, make sure to watch this video. And we're just gonna jump to primer. On this side of my face, we're going to capture the patriotic accent of East Coast with a combination of bold colors and shimmery accents. And on this side of my face, we'll be doing a makeup style that takes a more laid back and beachy approach. Think of it as a celebration of the holiday while enjoying that California sunshine. Before we move to foundation, applying primer is important so it can last your makeup all day long. I'm using this Milk makeup primer. It's an invisible makeup primer with a 94% natural gel formula that smooths skin, grabs makeup up to 12 hours, and locks in hydration. Let's move on to the complexion. Now for the East Coast, apply a lightweight foundation or tinted moisturizer to even out the skin tone. And for the West Coast, we're going for a full coverage foundation. And don't worry guys, I'll tag all the products in the description. This is a super lightweight foundation and it gives you a sheer skin looking. To achieve the West Coast 4th of July makeup look, start by creating a bronzy and glowy complexion. Use a brush or sponge or even clean fingers to blend the foundation evenly across your face. Start from the center and work your way up, ensuring it's blended well into your hairline, jawline, and your neck for a seamless finish. I add a few dots of foundation on my face. There's so many other ways to apply foundation. This is just the way I do it. And then I blend in, making sure everything looks seamless and blended onto my skin. I love both of these foundation. It looks so sheer on my skin. We're going to skip the contouring on the east side and going in with a touch of powder bronzing. For the other side, we're going to add warmth and definition, lightly contouring my face using a bronzer, and I'm going to focus on the hollows of my cheeks, temple, and jawline for that effortless California sun-kissed effect. I'm actually not contouring my face, I'm just bronzing with a liquid bronzer and making sure the transition of the bronzer looks seamless, blended into my foundation. You can either use a brush or you can use a beauty blender. As you guys can see, the East Coast looks a little bit subtle and the West Coast looks snatched. For the East Coast, we're going for a lightweight concealer for the under the eyes, ensuring a natural and radiant finish. And for the West Coast, we're going for a full coverage concealer. If you have any areas that needs extra coverage, such as dark circles, blemishes, or redness, use more concealer, or if you don't have any of that, you can just stick with the foundation. You can either use your concealer brush or your beauty sponge to gently blend this onto your skin. And remember, these steps may vary depending on personal preferences and the products that you use. To avoid any kind of patchiness on the skin, make sure your concealer and your foundation is blended and looks very seamless. As you guys can see, one side looks super light and the other side looks very full coverage. I'm going to use these powders on each side to set my under eye concealer. If you prefer a matte finish or want to increase the longevity of your foundation, you can set with translucent powder or simply you can use a good pressed powder. Since we didn't contour on the east side makeup look, we're just going to add a touch of a bronzing powder, making sure the bronzer looks a little bit subtle, not too much or dramatic. On the East Coast makeup, to get that natural subtle glow, apply a peachy or champagne colored blush to the apples of your cheek and blend it out for a seamless flush of color. On the West Coast makeup, we're going to add liquid blush first and then set under the eyes. The liquid blush will give you a touch of natural radiance, so apply a peachy or coral blush to the apples of your cheek, blending it towards up to your temples for a youthful flush. Now I'm going to use this puff and using the translucent powder and patting it on the back of my hand, making sure all the excess powders are removed, and then I'm going to set under my eyes, making sure that under eye is a crease free and it looks seamless. Now I'm going to bronze on the West Coast and making sure that I get the California California Sun-Kissed, focusing on the hollows of my cheeks, temple, and jawline. So basically, I use some powder products such as a bronzer and blush for the East Coast to get the subtle look. And for the West Coast, I mostly use liquid products to get that glow and Hollywood filter makeup look. Now I'm just touching up, adding some more blush on the West Coast because we like things very flashy and colorful. So the whole face on both sides is basically set with powder and color. So now we can move on to the eyes. When it comes to East Coast eyebrow styles, it's all about a defined and polished look. East Coasters prefer structured and precise eyebrow shape that frames the beauty of the face. To achieve the East Coast eyebrow style, start by outlining the bottom edge of your brows using a brow pencil or brow pomade or brow gel. So basically, we're creating a clean, defined arch following the natural shape of my brow bone. Next, I'm going to fill in any empty areas of my brows with a short hair-like strokes using a brow powder or a brow gel. This will help to create a full, natural-looking brows. Okay, the eyebrow on the East Coast looks stunning and polished. Moving on to the West Coast eyebrow style, we embrace a more relaxed and effortless look. West Coasters prefer a softer and more natural eyebrow shape that enhance their features without appearing too structured. For the West Coast eyebrow style, start by lightly outlining the bottom edge of your brows using a brow pencil or brow gel. Instead of creating a sharp arch, aim for a softer and more rounded shape. To fill in the brows, use a brow pencil or a tinted brow gel to add volume and definition. Focus on the empty areas but keep the strokes light and feathering for the effortless West Coast vibe. Now you can add a little bit concealer on the brow bone to just sharpen both of the brows and makes it more clean and beautiful. You can use the same concealer or an eye base to even out the skin tone on the eyelid and also to start a clean and fresh canvas. Now making sure the eye base is blended and set with powder, so then we can move to the eyeshadow part. On the East Coast, 4th of July makeup look often embraces a bold and patriotic vibe. It's all about capturing the spirit of freedom and independence. The key elements of an East Coast 4th of July makeup look are intense red, white, and blue shades. I just want to show you guys this really quick. If you don't set this crease on your eyelid, this crease will keep forming up, and when you apply the eyeshadow, your eyeshadow will look really bad and nasty. So make sure to set the eyelid before you jump to eyeshadow. We'll create a mesmerizing look by using the colors of American flag. Begin by applying a shimmery white eyeshadow in the inner corner of your eye. Next, take a vibrant red eyeshadow and blend it onto the outer corner into the crease for intensity. Gradually increase the intensity of red in the outer corners. If you add too much and if it's reaching your brow bone, use a regular powder as a transition color and just make sure the outer corner crease is blended. Either use a flat brush or the tip of your fingers to pack a metallic blue eyeshadow on the center of the eyelid for that pop of color. Now get a small blending brush and making sure all the lines are seamlessly transitioned. You can go back and forth with the other colors and making sure all the lines look nice and blended, and you can always add more if you need. If anything falls under your eyes, you can easily remove it with your powder brush. To complete the eye look, apply a silver or white eyeliner in the inner corner eye to brighten and enhance the eyes. Now I'm just adding a little bit of royal blue eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Make sure everything looks blended and nice. Now we can move on to the next eye. Now let's start on the East Coast eye look. We're going to use these eyeshadow colors to create a soft bronzy eye look that complements the West Coast style. Start by applying a warm eyeshadow shade all over the lid. For the eyes, go for a golden champagne eyeshadow to create that California Sun-Kissed effect. Apply it all over the eyelid, emphasizing a soft and effortless look. Next, deepen the outer corners and crease with a matte brown eyeshadow, blending it out for a seamless transition. You can use a small brush and go right in your crease and making sure the color sits there, and with another brush, making sure all the colors are blended and gives that gradient effect. Either use a brush or the tip of your finger, add a touch of shimmer to the center of the lid for a more subtle pop. Make sure it looks nice and blended. We're going to skip the heavy eyeliner and instead we're going to enhance the eyes. Line the upper lash line with a brown or bronze eyeliner. Keep it soft and smudged for that effortlessly cool West Coast vibe. My camera died, so I couldn't show you guys this. I applied a little bit inner corner wing, and I also applied the same eyeshadow on the bottom lash line. To finish the look, we're going to add few coat of mascara on both of the lashes. You can finish the look just the way it is. You don't have to add falsies, but adding falsies falsie just takes your look to another level. I'm just taking my time and adding enough mascara on both sides. Now I'm gonna add individual falsies on the East Coast and a full lash strip for the West Coast. Lately, I've been so obsessed with these individual lashes from Kiss. It's so easy to apply and it looks so natural and beautiful. Whether it's West Coast or East Coast, we love highlighters. On the East Coast, let's highlight the high points of the face using a shimmery gold or champagne highlighter on the cheekbone down to the bridge of the nose and on the cupid's bow for that lit from within glow. And for the West Coast, let's bring some shimmer to the high points of the face, apply golden or champagne highlighter on the cheekbones down to the bridge of the nose and on the cupid's bow. We have to agree the highlighter on the West Coast makeup looks like I can give signals to the astronauts in the space. Now it's time for the lips. For a bold and patriotic finish for the East Coast, go for a vibrant red lipstick. Apply it with precision, making sure to define the cupid's bow and create a crisp line. And for the West Coast, keep the lips subtle and natural. Go for a nude or soft pink shade or even tinted lip balm to add a touch of color without overpowering the overall look. In the West Coast, we're a little bit extra, whether that's with our clothes, our lifestyle, or makeup. We like to be the center of attention. That's why we're going to add these little baby crystals for extra pop on the look. I use lash glue to apply these baby crystals on my face. Lash glue just helps it to stick longer. Recently, I went to VidCon in LA and I had these little pearls on my face just the way I put these crystals. Oh my god, the amount of compliments I got from everyone walking around, it was so beautiful. I can definitely wear either of these this 4th of July. Like, I can definitely do it. I don't care what people think. I can look flashy, classy, or I can look patriotic and subtle. And there you have it, a stunning 4th of July full face makeup look. Whether you're on the East Coast or on the West Coast, these 4th of July makeup looks will have you feeling patriotic and fabulous. So celebrate in style and show off your American pride. Let me know in the comments which makeup resonates with you the most, the East Coast or the West Coast. On my next video, I want to do state versus state makeup looks. Like California versus Texas, California or Los Angeles versus Ohio, Los Angeles versus New York. Let me know in the comments which state should we compare Los Angeles makeup. Don't forget to enter in my massive giveaway that I have on my Instagram. Make sure to watch that and follow the rules and enter yourself in such a big giveaway, which is happening right now. So you have at least 2 more days. The more you enter, the higher chance you have to win. I'll be picking 2 winners, one from TikTok and one from Instagram. And the amount of things that I'm giving away, it's massive, guys. You guys go check it out and stay updated with my Instagram stories. If you enjoyed this comparison makeup video, give your girl a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay beautiful, stay amazing. I love you guys like always. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!